These are my goats.
We've been having a lot of typical Dutch weather here lately, which resulted in our current problem, a very muddy pasture. The thing about goats is that they are messy eaters and they don't like wet feet. I built the current Hayfeeder a couple years ago and it doesn't have a system to catch all the spilling hay. The combination of hay all over the ground and a lot of rain made everything very muddy, which hopefully in this video I will fix. A couple of weeks ago, I saw a short video on Instagram of a young man building a hay feeder from this kind of container. I believe it's called an IBC crate. Lucky for me, we had 2 of those laying around at home. I have a couple of requirements for the new feeder. Firstly, it has to be weatherproof, so some kind of roof so that the goats don't get too wet when eating. Secondly, it has to be movable, so when the ground starts to get muddy, I just move it over a couple of meters so that the ground can recover. And lastly, it has to be strong and safe. In the past, the goats have destroyed a lot of my builds with their curiosity. Same goes for safe. They're very curious animals, so no sharp corners or anything pointy.
Ha. Het smelt gewoon helemaal weg.
At first I tried to weld the thing together with stick welding, but that was way too harsh and burned instantly. Then I tried with another welding method, because that ought to be gentler, but that also burned the steel away. Wanting to get this project finished quickly for my goats, I went back to woodworking, sticking with what I know. Sadly, sticking with what I know, for me, doesn't involve stick welding, or any kind of welding for that matter.
Toch? Ja hoor, dankjewel, alsjeblieft.
Here I'm contemplating how this could have happened. But in hindsight, it was obvious that this would happen. It just slipped off. But I put it back together and got to working on some sides that would hold this V-shaped construction in place. So, I know this feeder will not win any beauty contest soon. But there's something so satisfying about making something with scraps and stuff you have laying around. I'm a big fan of sustainability, and it's projects like this that are so much fun, when you can experiment and have fun with the resources on hand. I also found some old hoses laying around the farm that were in desperate need to get used in some project. I think they are perfect to protect the goats from sharp corners. This beat up roof corner top panel thing was also found, but the angle isn't the same as my feeder. But with a little persuasion, it will somewhat fit. We've been using this feeder for over a week now, and it works perfectly. A lot less waste of hay, and the moving around avoids most of the mud. Thanks so much for watching.